Hello everybody. Tonight I'm going to make some roasted potatoes, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub my potatoes. Okay, now I have my potatoes scrubbed, and I'm going to cut them up just like I do whenever I'm boiling them for my potato salad. I leave the peelings on. And they will boil probably about 10 minutes until done. You don't want them to get real soft because when you toss them, they will tear up. I use a vegetable scrubber to scrub them. And then I let it dry and I put it up so it's not used for anything else. And the trick to this, is to, when it starts boiling, I take it off the fire and I add a tablespoon of baking soda. You have to be careful because it will boil over. It reacts to the starch in the potatoes like it does when you mix it with vinegar. And I've made lots of messes doing that. But I'll take it off the fire and I will slowly add my baking soda. It makes them crispier when you put them in the oven. I will season them, and I like to put Parmesan cheese on mine. We're doing sous vide pork chops tonight, but instead of putting them on the grill, we are going to put them in the oven. And I rinse my potatoes a couple times before I put them on to boil. Now I wanted to show y'all how I add the baking soda, and it's baking soda, not baking powder. And you want to wait till it comes to a boil, which it's just about there. And then, because my pot is so big, I'm going to turn my fire off and add it a little bit at a time because I've had it boil over on me, and that makes a big mess. Okay. See, watch what it does when I put it in there. Just like if it were vinegar. So I'm going to turn my fire off. And I'm going to add it slowly. I think it's because of the starch that it reacts like that. And it's just 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to turn my fire back on. But I have to watch it because it will boil back over. So I'm going to turn it down. And I know now in 10 minutes, so at 5:50, they'll be ready. And I'm going to show you what I do to get prepared for that. I think I'm safe. And I'm going to bring y'all over here and show you what I do. The first thing I'm going to do is get a big bowl. And I'm going to pour olive oil in there. And it's going to be quite a bit of olive oil because I want to coat. I'm going to pour my potatoes in here after they get done and coat them. I'm going to toss them and coat them. I'll make sure it don't boil over. And then I'm going to add my seasonings into this and mix it up. Any seasonings you want to use. Okay, I think that's enough olive oil. Okay, now I'm going to add my seasonings into my olive oil, and I'm going to use Lawerys seasoning salt. And I use quite a bit of it. I'm going to use garlic powder. I'm going to put some parsley flakes in here. And I'm going to use some zesty Italian dressing powder. I won't use it all. What I don't use, I will fold up and put up for later. I'm going to whisk all that together, and I'm going to need some more olive oil. Be ready. So whenever I'm ready for my, this is my pickled red onions. It's not completely at room temperature yet, but I'll put it in the refrigerator when it gets there. I'm going to put some parchment paper on my baking sheet, and I'm going to preheat my oven on 425. My potatoes are ready. I'm going to drain them. I grated me some Parmesan cheese. Set this aside. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to dump some in there. And I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to mix them up. So that they're all covered. And some of them will break up a little bit. That's okay. I've got my oven preheating to 425. That's as high as you can go with parchment paper. When I get them on my parchment paper, I will take and sprinkle along with Parmesan cheese. And you don't want them sitting on top of each other. You want to spread them out into a single layer. And the bottom of them on parchment paper will get crunchy also. so I don't even bother turning them. I used to, but then I realized I didn't need to. If you like rosemary, I like rosemary, my husband doesn't. You can sprinkle that on there. Thyme, basil, whatever. Now I'm going to sprinkle my Parmesan cheese on them. This gives them an added crunch. And it tastes good. This is real Parmesan cheese. Now I'm going to put these in the oven on 425 until they are crispy. And I'll come back and show you the finished product. I'm fixing to take my potatoes out of the oven. They've been in there for an hour. They got good and brown, the cheese melted on them. Roasted potatoes. We'll probably put the recipe in the description. So if you'd like to make them, feel free. Thanks for joining me. Please hit that subscription button. It will help me a lot. Thank you. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.